Hey, Dragon Slayers. Right now, it's been about an hour since my last meal, and my blood sugar is 109. So, today's video is all about how the order in which you eat your food matters. So, I'm going to share with you guys an article from Reuters. It's pretty interesting. I put it in the description below, and it talks about how saving the bread for last at mealtime could help people with diabetes keep their blood sugar under control, new research suggests. People with type 2 diabetes who ate protein and vegetable before they consumed carbohydrate heavy bread and orange juice had a significant lower increase in blood sugar after the meal compared to when they ate carbs first. Dr. Alpana Shukla and Dr. Louis Aronne of the Comprehensive Weight Control Center at the Weill Cornell Medicine in New York City found. The decrease is comparable to the kind of effect you see with some of the drugs we use to treat diabetes. Shukla told Reuters Health in a telephone interview, eating carbohydrates last may be a simple strategy for regulating post meal glucose levels. Keeping blood sugar in check is crucial for people with type 2 diabetes, in part because it helps protect them from severe complications, including heart disease, vision loss, and nerve damage, Shakula noted. Typically, the researcher added, diabetic individuals are advised to cut down on their intake and stick with complex carbs rather than simple sugars. To follow up on studies to follow up on small studies showing that eating protein before carbs led to a smaller bump in blood sugar than vice versa. The researchers had 16 men and women with type 2 diabetes consume the exact same meal on three separate occasions, 1 week apart, eating the items in a different order each time. Study participants ate bread and orange juice first, took a 10-minute rest, and finished up with chicken and salad. Ate the meal in reverse order and consumed the chicken, veggies, and bread as a sandwich, accompanied by orange juice. Every time, participants consumed the same amount of calories and carbohydrates. When people ate carbs first, when people ate the carbs last, their post meal blood glucose levels were about half as high as when they ate the carbs first, and about 40% lower than when they ate all the meal components together. The carbohydrate last meal was also associated with lower insulin secretion and higher levels of glucagon peptide 1, or GLP 1, a gut hormone that regulates glucose and satiety. Insulin levels required to keep study participants' glucose under control were about 25% lower when they followed the carb last plan. We all recognize that while it's good to eat less carbs to control blood sugar levels, it may sometimes be difficult to follow this advice, Shakula said. The new findings offers people a simple strategy for preventing glucose spikes when consuming carbs, she added. In the real world, when people actually eat carbohydrates at the end of the meal after consuming vegetables and protein, they will probably end up consuming somewhat less, the researcher noted. The lower insulin requirements and increase in GLP 1, the study team observed, suggests that closing a meal with carbs may also be helpful for weight management, Shakula added, although more research is needed. Aronne and Shakula are now testing the carbs last approach in people with so called prediabetes, when blood sugar is abnormally elevated but falls short of the cutoff for diagnosing diabetes. Some people with elevated blood sugar are at increased risk of progressing to full blown diabetes, and the study team wants to see if the carb last strategy can play a role in diabetes prevention. So, yeah, there you have it. It's a pretty interesting study. As you know, if you've been following my channel, you should avoid the carbs and the sugar as much as you possibly can. But on occasion, when you do have them, let's say you're really craving some french fries, right? Eat the protein, eat the vegetables, save the french fries for last. It's okay to have on occasion, probably no more than once a week is a good place to start. But know that you will have significant improvements if you just omit it 100%. That's what I've got for you guys today, And remember that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.